Chris Waddle.
Oh, you're kidding me. September.
Kyle Lafferty.
Are you joking me?
Is that right?
I know it's not right.
Anybody else?
Leash, was it?
Like, that is one of the most stupid questions.
Darius Vassell?
Seriously, you all need to just stay quiet. This is getting really annoying doing this quiz.
What is going on here?
Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It is the scintillating, it's the stupefying, it is the splendido crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of Team Off the Ball up against each other in a no-holds-barred quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. Allow me to welcome today's contestants. Our first contestant today blamed his boots when his club didn't win the championship last year. He blamed a government conspiracy when he didn't win the lotto last week, and blamed everyone but himself after his complete capitulation in last week's crappy quiz. There's no mirrors in the life of this man. It is the Meath Hill Billy, Tommy Rooney.
Hi folks, it's a new week going, so I'm hoping that there'll be a new crappy quiz, a new era for the crappy quiz this week, and
But can I just put
there'll be
in
no
there?
mess and no shenanigans, no blackguarding.
Hold up. Can I just put in? Owen, what am I doing here? Has there been some disciplinary hearing that's gone on that I have been relegated to the Europa League of crappy quizzes? Am I being punished for the potential breakaway that I've been discussing to a new super quiz that may happen on a rival station? Is that what's happening? But I don't understand how suddenly I find myself with Barry and Rooney.
It is. But I guess you just haven't been available for the last few quizzes, and availability is the best skill you can have in this game, Nathan.
I listened to last week's quiz, and it was an absolute embarrassment.
On who?
Well, for both yourself and Ger Gilroy. Firstly, listen, as I said, Tommy, online, if you want me to get in touch with our HR department, I thought maybe that was the right thing to do for the clear bullying techniques that were happening from Ger Gilroy. But then I realised, actually, Tommy's he reminds me of my 2-year-old. The bitching and moaning and whining and woe is me, and I didn't get what I want, and I'm going to throw my toys out of the pram, but didn't really mean it. You knew Tommy was never going to walk off. He's threatening it. You know, I'm gone. I'm going to walk out that door and I'm never coming back. But he knows if he walks out that door, there's nothing there except just the abyss of dullness, and this is his only outlet for a bit of crack all week now that he's living down in Clare, and he needs this. So I all sympathy I had by the end was gone. Now, you were being bullied. There's no question about that. And you got to stand up for yourself, Tommy, on this quiz.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it was bullying. It was just so obvious what was going on. They're in cahoots, the two of them. They're in absolute cahoots.
Well, if you look around, Tommy, there's only been one person that's been booted off last week's quiz, and it is Ger, despite his win, which I would have said is a fair and square win. Nathan, everything you said there was absolutely spot on, so thank you for saying my bit. Our next contestant pushes the narrative that he's a massive golf nut, so it's been a big week for him. Instead of complaining about not being able to play golf, he is now going to spend all of his time on Patreon complaining about not having the time to play golf. Give it up for the beast of Ballyhaunis, Nathan Nate Dog Murphy.
Very true. Still opened offers for any expensive clubs in South Dublin that want to give me a free membership. Adrian Barry will come along as well for the ride. No shortage of promotion. You'll get at least 2 mentions on every crappy quiz. We can guarantee you it.
Who is the biggest freeloader when it comes to the OTB golf heads, Nathan?
Oh, Malloy.
Really?
I think you've just...
Malloy,
I think he's answered his own question there, Owen, to be fair.
No, Malloy. Malloy's just quieter and smarter about it, but Malloy, definitely.
Right. Wasn't there somebody who rang up a golf course and actually pitched themselves as somebody who could do MC work or could actually bring their profile to the golf course?
There was, but he's not on this call, so we better not name him publicly.
He shall remain nameless.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is that also is that libelous? Is the number of people that could potentially be below the certain number that we've now sort of...
You could just name him and then...
We've thrown shade basically on everybody who works with us.
It's not Joe, if anybody was thinking.
It's not Joe.
I don't know the story. I must...
All right, we'll tell you
afterwards. Okay.
Our last contestant today is back after a 1-week hiatus, so it's to the YouTube comments of 2 weeks ago we go to get today's intro. And Mr. Gooner for Life 93 says, if Adrian is part of the Europa League crappy quiz lineup, does that mean Tommy is Intertoto Cup standard? Well, Mr. Gooner for Life, time will tell. Give it up for Adrian. Who's your daddy, Barry?
There's nothing I know that annoys Tommy more than being lumped in with me when Nathan at the start there says, am I in with Barry and Rooney in the Europa League? I know internally Tommy's Don't be lumping me in with that, lad.
I'm-
And by the way, like I will say, Nathan's discussions about a breakaway super quiz. I mean, you know,
Hey,
good luck
I
with
can
that.
see it
We'll see
happening.
you back here. You'll be happy to come back
Open
to
to
us with tail
offers.
between your legs next week.
Game on.
spoken,
Give me the call.
spoken like
Give me
a
the call.
true Mayo man, I would say. Talking
Why's
himself
that?
up before the end of the quiz.
Who would be in the breakaway, Nathan?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah, we'd have to
Would it
get Phil the power in.
Well, it'd
Well,
just
Well,
be...
I'd probably be
rival
there.
broadcasters.
I'd fill the Spurs role.
It'd just be
Yeah.
it'd just be John and Phil, and then the remaining place, I guess.
No, they'd be tapping up rival
Oh no,
broadcasters.
sorry. The more I listen to it, we go on about Jer being Owen's favourite. John is Owen's favourite.
Why? He's been on the quiz twice. He
Every
won.
question is, what was it? Who's the last rookie to win the Masters? Was an actual question on the quiz.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
easiest
I'd agree with
easiest
that.
sporting question there's ever been.
He's borderline flirting with him. Hey, John, looking really well today. Here's a question about golf. It's like, all right, maybe throw him a bit of a curveball there at any point.
Has Shane Lowry ever won the Open Championship?
Look at lads, enough
Great,
talk
great
about the
answer,
quiz
John.
master.
Great answer.
Great.
Enough
Oh,
talk about the
Jesus.
quiz
I love the
master.
way.
Come on.
I loved your pronunciation there, John.
As ever, the format is the classic crappy quiz with a series of questions on a range of themes. Then it's on to the slip and slide of trivia, which is the rapid fire round. Podcast the crappy quiz at otbsports.com or on the OTB Sports app. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to click the thumbs up, even if we contribute nothing but misery to your day. Round one is the boring questions round, never multiple choice. And a warm welcome to everybody who has skipped the intros to join us at this point. You're also very welcome to the crappy quiz. Question one for you, Tommy. Ryan Mason is the youngest manager to ever manage in the Premier League. But can you name the youngest manager to win the Premier League?
Ooh, I was nearly going to jump in with the wrong answer there, and thankfully I didn't.
What were you going to jump in with?
Well, I mean,
Like this obviously is Jojo working today. No, this isn't my answer. This is not my answer. But I was going to jump in with
It's
Di Matteo.
Stephen in the sound booth. He doesn't
Yeah,
have as
no,
much of a
it's
trigger
Stephen.
finger as Jojo.
I was going to jump in with Roberto Di Matteo, but obviously he only won the Champions League. The youngest manager to win the Premier League title.
Come on, Tommy.
Was it Jose in whatever year you won it first?
Final answer?
Jose Mourinho, yeah.
Correct. Jose Mourinho,
Thank you.
42 years of age in his first season. Nathan, question one for you. Ireland's heptathlon record was beaten last weekend by Kate O'Connor. Can you name the 7 events in the women's heptathlon?
Oh. 100-meter hurdles.
Correct.
Long jump, high jump.
Correct. We're 3 in.
Javelin.
Correct. Over halfway there.
Oh, he's getting there.
What is the last one? Is that 800 meters or 1500 meters? So I still need 2 more.
No, you need 3 more.
train more. Yeah.
3 more.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that's a tough start.
Three more. The 100-meter sprint.
No. We're close though. There is a sprint in there, but it's a 200-meter sprint.
And is it 800 meters or 1500 is the last
It's
one?
1800 meters, and then there's one other
Definitely
event.
not
that you
1800
forgot.
meters.
Never
It's definitely not
would've
1800 meters.
It's not 18.
What did I say? 1800? No, sorry, 800. 800 meters is the final.
And what's the last one?
Shot put.
I didn't think they did chop it and javelin.
It was nasty.
Well, they do. At least you didn't
That's
really
fine.
hit
It's
the
fine.
post.
Listen, we know the priority. Saved all those tough questions for this week.
Adrian, Leinster have won 5 Heineken Cup semi-finals against 4 different teams. Can you name each team they've beaten?
The only hope here is that he was so drunk in the corporate box for a couple of them that he can't remember who they were actually playing.
Give me a second.
Hey, no looking around.
Quick look around. Munster.
That's one. Here we go, down another odyssey of Adrian Barry trying to find the answer deep within himself.
How many are you looking for? 4.
4. Come on. We need to get a second one here pretty quickly, Adrian, if we're going to have any hope of finishing this quiz in time.
Something telling me that The Chiefs. This is not my answer, but the Chiefs were one of them at some point. Do you say JoJo was on or not? I'm going to go with
JoJo's doing the Europa League quiz.
Racing.
No, it's not Racing. Oh my! He calls himself one of them? A Leinster fan. No, the Chiefs was not one of them either. Toulouse twice.
Toulouse was actually the next answer. Yeah.
Clermont in 2012 rather, and then Scarlets in 2018. Toulouse was 2011 and 19, and Munster, as you say, was 2009. Wow,
Leinster super fan.
That is a lot of wine and cheese you can consume during all 5 of those.
It is. I was going to make this point. It sounds like sour grapes now, speaking of which, but like Tommy's question there versus the ones that me and Nathan got.
Round
Ludicrous.
2.
I doubt you would have got Jose Mourinho.
Well, it was either Mourinho or
it was
Conte.
A 1 in or
they were the only options.
It was like a 1 in 2 or 3 guess.
And you almost said,
I'll take. Do you know what? It wasn't a bad question to start off with. I'll take you. You guys had tougher questions.
Round 2 is the golf is back round. That's right, golf is back, so it's time to load those tee boxes and pack those function rooms. This round will test your knowledge on the golf courses of Ireland. Tommy, which Irish course did Bill Clinton name as his favourite golf course, famously playing it in 1998?
Bill, where did Bill play?
I wasn't sure, was that an impression of somebody there for a period of time?
No.
I feel like that was, you were kind of going for a Liam Brady on the panel.
Yeah.
Bill.
You were
Are we talking?
Oh, we're not talking anything.
No,
you just
talking
give your
golf
answer.
courses
We're
in
talking
Ireland.
nothing.
All we're doing is...
Are we talking?
No, we're not talking anything.
Are we talking the whole island of Ireland? Or are we talking?
You just give your answer.
Tommy, you either know it or you don't.
6 bit.
You either know it. It's one of those you either know or you don't.
Right, I'm going to go with the K Club.
It's not the K Club.
The old head, is it?
No.
Ballybunion?
It's Ballybunion, correct. Nathan, if Portmarnock has held the Irish Open the most amount of times, which course has held it the second most amount of times? That is a thinking face right there.
That really is some face, isn't it? And we're not even getting the school of knowledge here, which is incredible. This is really challenging.
For our radio listeners, all I can say is, I'm sorry.
Golf is a game with a small ball.
It's like what? Yeah, it's like a bench press.
Druids Glen is not the correct answer.
Mount Juliet.
No. It's Royal Dublin.
Oof.
I was there and I kind of thought,
Adrian. Michael Jordan famously came to Ireland in 1999 and played a heap of different courses. Royal Dublin and Ballybunion were on the list. Can you name any of the other courses he played?
Larney.
Correct.
No. Right. Oh, I nearly cracked myself there. Because wasn't that what Donnie was talking about, yeah?
Where did Donnie meet him? Was it?
He was chasing him around.
Did he drive to Clarny?
He played a load of different places. He played Lahinch, Waterville, Tralee, Killarney, Ring of Kerry, Old Head, Fota, the European Club, Royal County Down, and Portrush. So 12 courses, I think, in 10 days.
Got a good question there.
Well, your one was pretty straightforward, Tommy. Let's face it, but your knowledge didn't extend to it. It's only easy when you know the answer. This is
big. This is Super League Breakaway sort of bottling
just a minute quiz once.
Were you?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be enough time there to spill through your knowledge and that type of quiz.
Well, it gets rid of the nonsense on like this quiz, which it's maybe why it was so successful through the years. I won a pager.
Nice.
Remember when pagers were the next big thing? I think I was in Leaving Cert. You're at some sort of schools exhibition. The Leaving Cert, Tommy, is an exam at the end of your schooling. You don't know what? Have you never heard of a pager?
No.
So this was
like a Game Boy.
This was was this pre-mobile phone?
now? Oh,
yeah,
is it like a Tamagotchi?
Have you not seen The Wire?
It was pre-mobile phone, as far as I remember. But it gave you a number. Was that it? I barely even remember how it works.
It did. It gave you a number.
Flash up a number that you had to call back.
Yeah. So it basically was a way of leaving a message, and then it got. I think the one I had was very advanced. That you could actually type. You could get some words typed in.
Characters.
So. I think I used it 3 times ever.
I know.
Got to meet Larry.
Wow. All I can say is you're welcome to everybody.
Larry had no favoritism, which was again what made him a great quizmaster. He just went with the questions. The questions were the star of the show.
Unlike some contestants in this case. Round 3 is the footballers' tweets round. Once upon a time, footballers generally didn't employ a social media team to run their Twitter account. This round will test your knowledge on some of the classic moments from the Wild West of footballers running their own accounts. Tommy, on the 12th of February 2012, which footballer tweeted, "Whitney has passed away. R.I.P. You will live on forever. Can't believe it. I want to run to you. I really can't believe this." Was it A, Jermaine Pennant, B, Dean Windass, or C, Wayne Rooney?
Pennant.
No, it's not Pennant.
Rooney.
It's Rooney, yeah.
It's not Rooney, is it?
Rooney,
It is Rooney.
Rooney was who I thought.
I didn't. I had the Rio tweet in my head, so I just didn't think it would be Rooney. Oh, Jesus. What a tweet.
Nathan, can you get off the mark?
Yes.
On the 5th of October 2013, which footballer tweeted, "Just ran over a rabbit, devastated"? Was it A, Michael Owen, B, Romelu Lukaku, or C, Phil Neville?
That's a tough one.
It's got to be Phil or Owen, doesn't it? Though Lukaku's a weird one to throw in the middle of those two. Michael Owen. Jojo's obviously definitely not on. Stephen, you're no good to us here. Phil Neville.
It's not Phil Neville.
Oh, wow.
Michael Owen.
It is Michael Owen.
Got it. Phil Neville written all over it, isn't it?
Michael Owen, the goat of Twitter.
I
Adrian,
thought it was on. Yeah.
on the 12th of April 2012, which footballer tweeted, "People say you are what you eat. That's funny, because I don't remember eating a sexy beast this morning." Was it A, Tammy Abraham, B, Jack Grealish, or C, Marcus Rashford?
It's not Rashford anyway. Give me the quote again.
You're
People
digging
say-
deep into the recesses here.
"People say you are what you eat. That's funny, because I don't remember eating a sexy beast this morning."
And this was what year?
2012.
So it's like 10 years ago. I mean, Tammy Abraham was about 10. And who was the other option?
You had Tammy Abraham, Jack Grealish, and Marcus Rashford.
Like, it's not like Jack Grealish to tweet something that he'd later regret in life.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
see, that's why I think he could be a bit of a curveball, Tommy. It's such an
Koi
obvious
big.
answer. But I mean, I'm going to have to go with it anyway because it'd be consistent with the man. Jack Grealish.
It's not Jack Grealish. It is Tammy Abraham. So we scored nothing there in that round.
I've gone with
round,
Grealish
folks.
as well.
Great round, Owen.
Thank you, Tommy. And great performance from you so far. You're joined first with 1 point. Adrian, great performance from you as well. You're also joined first.
Thanks,
Nathan, leader of the Breakaway group on 0 points. Round 4.
I haven't got a question right in the first 3 rounds in about 10 quizzes, I think. Yet still.
Round 4.
And you're saying that like it's to your credit.
Well, it gives me the sense
Your
that
sporting knowledge is terrible.
I'm being
yet you
screwed
still
over
managed
by
to win.
incredibly difficult questions.
This is the fun free magic number round. Contestants get 3 points for getting the number exactly right. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest gets 1 point. I'm going to state that we can only accept the answer that's written on your paper. And I'm also going to have to ask for your pens once the music ends. So if you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of goals Timo Werner has scored in all competitions for Chelsea this season, plus the number of FA Cups won by Pep Guardiola, plus the number of World Snooker Championships won by Ronnie O'Sullivan, plus the number of Premier League goals scored this season by Kelechi Iheanacho. Your 30 seconds expire when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads.
What was the second one?
The number of FA Cups won by Pep Guardiola. The first one was the number of goals Werner has scored in all competitions for Chelsea this season. Then the number of World Snooker Championships won by Ronnie O'Sullivan. And then the number of Premier League goals Iheanacho has scored this season. Add them all up, what do you get? Nathan's finished, Tommy's finished. Adrian, what have you got?
I have 23.
23. Tommy?
Nathan, what you got?
22.
22. Tommy?
Ooh. I've got 20, and I just
Hold
went
up your
down.
bit of paper.
I went down one.
I went down one as well.
I went down one.
So Nathan's 22, Adrian's 23, Tommy's 20. I can tell you the answer is 28, which means Adrian gets 2 points.
No way.
Nathan gets 1 and Tommy gets nothing. So let's go through those. Werner has scored 11 goals for Chelsea in all competitions this season.
Jesus, has he? So what was the answer, 27 or 28?
28. The number of FA Cups won by Pep Guardiola is 1. The number of World Championships won by Ronnie is 6. And then Iheanacho scored 10 Premier League goals this season, which brings Adrian to a total so far of 3 points. Nathan comes to 1 point, and Tommy is also on 1 point. We tossed a coin earlier, and if it's Tommy versus Nathan, it's Nathan. So
No, really?
we move on to the final. Our winner tonight will be decided in the round that separates the men from the boys, the Tom Tuchels from the Tom Cruises. It's the theme of particular ridiculously easy rapid fire round.
Here, Adrian.
The score you get in this round will be added to your score in the previous round, and there will be 40 seconds for everyone to answer from the same set of questions. So we're going to start with Adrian, then on to Nathan, and then on to Tommy. Adrian, I don't think you've been in this position since the champ year in 2019. If you get a question correct, I'll ask you another question and keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. Once you get a question wrong and move on to the next person, and your incorrect answer also means the deduction of 1 point. Adrian, Barry, any final words before you move into this?
It's 3-1-1, is it?
3-1-1.
You can only screw it up from here.
He looks
Adrian.
nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Adrian.
Barry,
Look at him. Look at his deep breaths. Oh,
Bring it on.
your 40 seconds.
pressure's weighing on his shoulders. Look at him.
Your 40 seconds starts.
Earn your place.
My
Now.
40 seconds, let's do it.
Name the winning horse at this year's Aintree Grand National.
Manila Times.
Correct. Who's top of the League of Ireland Premier Division?
Time.
Too long. Same pass.
Finn Harps.
Rory Best is working with which Major League rugby team? In which US city, Nathan?
San Diego.
No, Seattle. Who is trailing Lewis Hamilton in second place at the Formula 1 Drivers' Championship at the moment, Tommy?
Verstappen.
Correct. In what year did Galway last win a Football All-Ireland?
2001.
Correct. Name the NBA franchise in Phoenix.
Suns.
Correct. Who is top of the top 14 table right now?
Toulouse.
Correct. Mark Leishman is from which country?
I can't hear you.
Mark Leishman is from which country?
Australia.
Correct. Tommy Rooney coasts home
Vindication.
and vindicates himself after last week's debacle, which was totally his fault. Let's remind ourselves, but it doesn't matter. This is all his credit.
Wow.
6 points.
Can't believe that.
To Adrian's 3 points to Nathan's 0.
Wow.
This has been a turn up for the books. Tommy Rooney, take it away.
From the depths
again,
of hell. From the
How many
depths of
points did
hell.
Nathan get?
0.
0.
0.
Well, but
Murphy.
I was absolutely screwed over in this
No
quiz by the
points.
question.
All
yet
your big
again.
talk. Listen, Owen, I came up with an idea there during the week listening to Type 5 and off the back of last week's quiz. I did a lot of thinking over the weekend. I think we
Nobody
should bring in
cares,
a challenge. Each contestant can get a challenge, a Quizmaster's challenge in a quiz.
That's not happening. There's already 14
Do you know, like,
challenges
quiz is the
per
quiz. You mean sort of
I
when
mean-
Owen tries to screw me over with far more difficult questions than everyone else, I can say, actually, hold on a second, Owen, give me an
Is
easier
that not the
question.
exact format already? It's everything is challenged.
Yeah.
Would it not be more interesting if you couldn't challenge? Number one. And number two, how have we found ourselves the whole way through with a week that's in it on this quiz and there hasn't been one question about Katie Taylor or her opponent for
and his stream has
You just
frozen.
you got cut off.
Just at the crucial time. It is true.
Had you prepared for Katie Taylor?
the last hour and a half? Anything you want to
come on.
know? Bring it
This
on.
is the easiest
Oh,
question
lads.
ever.
Delphine
listen,
Persoon, quarterfinals
delighted.
London 2012,
I'm delighted to win.
Tajikistan in the semi-final. Oh, listen, whatever you're having yourself like.
Well, sorry about that, Adrian. Tommy Rooney, congratulations, fair play. This has been the crappy quiz.
not
We'll
coming back
see you in the
next
same
Give
time.
me a shot.
In the same
Give me a shot
place.
at Gilroy.
Fridays,
Give me a shot at Gilroy next
OTB
week.
AM. Tommy versus Gilroy. We'll see you then.